And welcome back to Fox 5 News on the Hill. Surprise on Wall Street after several months of rocketing to new levels. The Dow plummeted on Friday, falling more than 600 points.
And yet the unemployment report was solid and the economy is strong. Mark Avallone is watching all of the economic news and is here to shed some light on what's going on. Thanks for being with us, Mark.
So are you feeling right now like that kid on the roller coaster about to go over the edge tomorrow? What should we expect when the market opens tomorrow?
Well, it's only been one bad week, and I think it was because of good news. When you have annualized wage growth of almost 3%, that was a little strong for what the bond market was expecting, so interest rates spiked up. And if there's something that worries this market, it's a continuation of rising interest rates.
Right, and that's the question. You know, we said it felt a little bit like a surprise, but was this really a surprise? Wasn't this sort of something that we were waiting to happen at some point? I mean, could we really expect the kind of growth we were having forever? I mean...
Well, Wall Street's not a one-way street, so ups and downs are normal. In fact, we don't have a 10% pullback in this market since early 2016, 2 years ago. And that's rather long. So ups and downs and mini corrections along the way inside a bull market are to be expected.
I had heard it described like this recently, was if you're racing down the street in your car and you're really pinning the speedometer, maybe it's a good idea to hit the brakes once in a while. And that's maybe what Wall Street did on Friday. Is that apropos?
It could be. A lot of market watchers are saying corporate earnings are still strong. The tax cuts a boost. The global economic cycle is strong. So they're not thinking this is the beginning of a bear market.
Can we talk a little bit about the tax cuts, though?
Sure.
One of the things that Nancy Pelosi said, she called these $1,000 here, $1,000 there. She called them crumbs that we're seeing hundreds of businesses give to their employees. Is that a fair assessment of what kind of impact it would really have on people? Take the language out of it. The idea that does $1,000 really change someone's life forever, or is that really just a temporary sort of boost?
Well, for people in middle America, $1,000 is a gigantic crumb, and they can go out and spend it. And when you multiply that cumulatively,
a gigantic crumb.
It's an economic stimulus. So this $1,000 here, a couple of hundred here. This is going to be a boost. This is another concern in the bond market, that all this spending could raise inflation.
Well, you know, Paul Ryan learned the hard way yesterday when he was talking about this $1.50 on somebody's paycheck, that, you know, not all boats are rising equally under this. Real quick, people are starting to get their W-2s right now. You're somebody who's a financial analyst. What do they need to be thinking about right now as they're preparing for tax season?
Well, Americans like to spend, but what I would, as a financial advisor, like to see them also do is allocate a part of that to saving it automatically for the future, because there is a retirement somewhere in somebody's future, and I'd like to see them balance both the spending as well as planning for their long term.
That's good advice.
It's very good advice. Hard to take, though, right?
Yeah, no one likes it.
All right. You know, one of the things people have brought up, though, you know, we talked about hitting the brakes a little bit. Quickly, is this a bubble that's about to burst?
As long as corporate earnings are strong and the global economy is strong, it's hard to think that it is a bubble. No one knows when this is going to end, but the economy is strong.
You know what is going to end? On the Hill. Mark Avallone, we appreciate you coming in this weekend. We appreciate it.
Join us again.
Fox News Sunday with Chris Wallace. Coming up next, we'll see you back here next week.